You're not gonna do your introduction?
Hi,
No
everyone.
sponsors?
This is my friend Alex.
No, I'm talking over.
We're sponsored by. Welcome back to the Adore You podcast. We're sponsored by Novel Coffee. Do your little taste test. How does it taste?
Well, it's actually pretty good.
Good. I made it, so that's why it's good. Okay, we're gonna start off. Guys? This is my friend Alex. He is moving to Arizona, so I thought it'd be fun to do a little episode with him. What is
I feel like you're gonna start off deep questions. You're gonna start off with deep questions. We're gonna go like, where are you from?
No. Listen.
Okay, go.
What's a high? Okay, this is like our basic questions. We like to start off every episode. What's a high and a low for this week? In your week.
I don't know what was my low. I feel like I've been having a pretty good week. It's been weird because like I've had so much free time. I don't even know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been kind of weird.
Okay, and then my high this week is honestly our lunch was good.
Lunch was fire.
Yeah, and then a low, you're leaving.
Wow. Where do I start crying? Okay, next question.
Okay, what are 3 things you're grateful for today?
Today,
Mm-hmm.
I was able to see life again, hanging out with you guys, and Maggie.
And Maggie.
Maggie, come say hi. Come say hi, Maggie.
Oh no!
She made her introduction.
She said hi.
Yeah, Maggie.
Okay, I'm grateful for new opportunities every day, for the sunshine, and for my sister.
Your sister?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
She just came into my mind right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you seen her?
Aww.
Have you talked to her? Today?
Yesterday she sent me a TikTok. It was so sweet.
What was it?
It was like saying how much, like a TikTok of just like describing how much a sister means to like a person.
You should call her. You should text her right now and be like thinking about you.
My phone's over there.
Oh.
But Yami, I love you. Okay. Okay. Where have you seen the Lord's hand in your week?
Every week? Everything.
Everything?
Yeah.
Period.
Everything in Phoenix been falling into place, so I'm chilling.
Okay, first question.
Alright.
Why Arizona out of everywhere?
Because I love it. Dude, ever since I landed in Phoenix the first time, it was fun. Like, it's just beautiful out there. I felt peace. Mm-hmm. So, I think it's just like, it's super far away from everybody too, so it just helps me to like get creative again. To like, almost like, start fresh, not really have any distractions, and not think about much, just refocus up again.
Are you worried about the party scene?
No.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Are you excited about the party scene?
No, the party scene, no.
Yeah, that's what I asked.
Oh, if I'm excited about the party scene? No. I don't really party that much anymore. Mm-hmm. Like clubs and all that stuff's not really fun. Like going around to parties here wasn't even fun anymore. Mm-hmm. When I try to get back into it, you're just wasting money. I'd rather party like with y'all, like people that I know, like have a little get together. But like going out to clubs and stuff, nah. It's because you don't know anybody, and then everybody like looks at you. If you try to go up and like hang out with people are so awkward. Mm-hmm. You like ask them like, "Oh, let's dance." Or like, no.
I feel like it's always better to hang out in like a group of friends. Like I'd rather hang out in a small group of friends than like a lot of people. Yeah. You know, that people you don't even know that much.
And then you get to be like whoever you want to be too when you're around people who you're comfortable with. Like they won't look at you weirdly because you do like a weird dance or something.
Yeah.
They just know.
A weird dance. Like your weird dances, or like the old man.
Emma has weird dances. She has everybody picks up off each other's weird dances.
Yeah. Okay. Next question.
Keep going. I know you're about to hit me with some deep questions.
No.
Okay, go.
Actually, you could make this one deep.
What?
It can be lighthearted or deep. What's your favorite thing about me?
Dang. Favorite thing about you? Mm-hmm. Oh no. Hold on, let me think about it.
Okay, you can think.
I feel like it's more awkward because there's a camera in my face.
No, well, don't pretend me and you were talking.
Okay. I feel like you really pay attention, and it's rare to find people that actually pay attention to what you're actually saying, and then like you try to, if there's a problem, you try to find the solution, and so to me that's very important. that I surround myself around people like that, because like I don't know if you ever had a conversation with someone and they're just kind of like
you can tell they're not really listening.
Yeah, they're not fully engaged with the conversation that you're having. But with you, I've been noticing that like you actually pay attention to like what I'm saying, and you might not have a response, but you'll try to figure out like what exactly is causing that problem. So to me, that's very important. So yeah.
My favorite thing about you, Alexis, is your heart posture. Just like in everything, I feel like, and you don't compromise who you are to fit in like certain situations, or when you're interacting with people, like you don't change who you are. Like you're just real, and it's like you get what you get.
Well, you end up like, I mean, the Bible talks about it too, when you become like a two-faced person, like it's just so inconsistent. So like if I act one person today and I act another person tomorrow, like you're gonna be used to like the first person you met compared to like what I'm showing you, like
and it's like day. What person are you gonna get?
Yeah, you just never know. So if you're just like yourself at all times,
you just know. Like authentic. That's good. This is like a kind of deep question. Okay, so you've gone through a lot of adversity. Okay,
it's a big word for me.
Well, you've gone through a lot of hardships.
Yeah, I need a definition.
A lot of hardship trials, right? So what like kept you going? Like, because you had so many moments where you could have just like quit, but you've gotten to this point with your career, and like you're a successful barber, I would say. Like, so like what kept you going?
Well, the thing that I tell people all the time is like my mom set a really good example when she was in the hospital. Like the only thing I really remember was her fighting and like only praising God. So like to be left with that, it was like that was like what was in the back of my mind through any single hardship. It's like if my mom fought through it, then I can do it too. Yeah. And so I know my mom, if she was here, she would be like the one person I would always want to make happy. So even though she's not around, like I would want to get up to heaven and be like, man, like I think my mom was pretty happy with everything that I did. Yeah. So the fact that I'm able to kind of still carry that memory with me to, how would you say it? Like I got left with that. So that's like my motivation. Like there's no way that I can't get through something.
Like you're always reminded of that.
Like she was literally like, her belly was hecka big. Like imagine someone's belly super big, like a tumor inside of your belly. And you're still like, nah, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better. And so she constantly reminded herself of that. Like, I'm going to get better because I'm going to get a miracle from God. Yeah. And I know that everything's going to come out okay. It's like, okay, then. Like, it took me a couple months, obviously, to believe that when she didn't, like, go through and actually get her healing, her miracle, it was actually really hard to believe that there was a God or that he was actually going to do something with me. But I know that she would be upset if I didn't carry on my walk. So yeah, I guess that's what got me through any single situation. And of course, like, I mean, I don't know if you're ever gonna ask this question, but I got to points where I was like, oh, I don't know if I could do this anymore. But I think a lot of us get to that point in life where we're like, oh, we don't really know, because we go through so much in life, and like it's so hard to like go back and think about, oh God, you came through with this part and you came through with this. Like we ignore that and only focus on like what's going wrong in our lives, and it's so hard to believe that there's actually going to be another miracle for you. Yeah. And there's even a hope on the other side. So
like keeping faith through it all. Well, I wasn't going to ask this question, but now I'm going to ask this question.
What?
Because we already got deep, so I'm going to ask it.
Wow.
What would you tell someone that just lost someone very close to them? Specifically a family member.
I think most important is your mind. It's like, get your mind ready, because like that's where it all starts. But what if it's
like out of nowhere?
Like out of nowhere?
See, I don't even know how I would answer this.
Well, it's crazy that you asked that, because at camp there was this dude named Al, that had just lost his wife, and he came up to me after I shared my testimony and I explained like basically everything I just said right now, and he told me like, oh, what did your mom pass away from? And I was like, oh, cancer. He's like, oh, my wife just passed away from cancer too. Like they thought that she was fine, and then she just basically left,
just like out of
like just died. Yeah. And so like to sit there and just like, he was literally bawling. Like he seemed like one of those guys that was like super macho man, like wouldn't cry, but like he was crying to me and like explaining to me his testimony. And so I was like, oh dang, like I don't really know what to say, because like when I was young, like all I knew was just like what I was holding on to.
Yeah.
But like I was telling him that it all started in the mind, because the first thing he was like, well, how do I believe that there's a God? Like, why would God take away this? Like, it was almost like he was asking those questions that I was asking. And so that's why I'm saying, like I think it really matters that you start, like, shifting your mind to, like, positive thinking instead of, like, letting your mind drown into negative thinking, because, like, what you think is what you're gonna, like, act out.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking negatively, you're gonna want to start basically treating yourself negatively
your thoughts
too.
turn into actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's, like, what I would tell somebody. It's like, dude, just start shifting into, like, your positive mindset, and you might not understand exactly why, that person walked out of your life, or why God had to take them early. But know that God has a better plan and a better purpose, because it took me 11 years to understand why my mom passed away.
Yeah.
And to see, like, where I'm at today, if I would have given up a long time ago, then I would never be where I'm at today, getting these opportunities.
And I think, like, a huge part of it too is, like, I can't even imagine without the Lord, because then you wouldn't understand that, like, God changes, or he turns what's meant for evil to good. You know what I mean? So it's like, if that happens, but you're not, like, you don't have a relationship with God, I feel like that would make it 100 times more, like, harder to deal with, because then you'd be like, just life sucks. Like, look, there's no purpose. Why is this person gone?
And it sucks being in that situation where it's like you have no hope, and you're just in, like, your dark thoughts, because it's scary. Like, when I was in that time, I was like, bro, I don't even know how the heck I ended up here. Because, like, for most of my life, it was always positive thinking. It was like thinking about God. What does God want from me? And little did I know, like, the voice that was in my head was the Holy Spirit leading me.
That's good.
And so, like, when I walked away from God and I didn't hear his voice, and I was only hearing, or, like, thinking what I wanted for myself, like, I was still so miserable, and I was so empty. Like, nothing that I did, no matter how much money I was making, or, like, what party I was at, what girl I was with, like, I did not feel happy. I did not feel satisfied. I was like, this is not me.
That can only be filled with God.
With God, yeah. So
crazy.
It's a scary world if you don't have God.
Like, even when I was younger, I would say, like, I don't know what I would do if I lost my mom. I don't know what I would do if I lost my sibling, my dad. Like, I would literally say I would probably kill myself. You just can't fathom losing someone.
Especially someone that important into your life.
Yeah.
Like your parents, the ones that raised you.
Yeah. What would you tell someone who wants to throw in the towel with, like, either life or their career? Like, they're just like, I've done everything that I could, and it seems like nothing is, like, it's going nowhere.
Like, just Christians or anybody?
Just anyone.
Anyone?
Like a normal person, like one of your friends. Let's say he's trying to, like, work in his barber career, and he's like, I'm not getting nowhere. Or, like,
I mean, that's kind of what happened recently.
Yeah.
You probably know one of my friends. His name, the ones that I hang around with them.
Him in bowling?
Yeah. I've had conversations with them where they just didn't even want to live anymore. And it's like, oh, dude, I don't even remember what I would tell them, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just let the spirit flow, I guess. It just depends what I would tell them.
I'll probably just say, like,
because it's so hard. It's such
consistency.
Consistency. It's such a, like, sensitive topic, because you could tell somebody everything that they want to hear as far as, like, positive stuff.
But, like, it has to be them.
Bro, it has to be them, like, to, like, mindset. Yes. Because I could hang around with you every single, like, I've invested time into people where, like, they literally are in that spot where they want to give up on life.
Yeah.
But, like, every single day you'll hang out with them. Every single day. You'll spend every minute with them.
Yeah.
And they're still negative at the end of the day. And I was there too. Like, last year, I mean, Emma was there. I was so negative. But I wasn't making the decision to, like, walk myself out of it and stop thinking those negative thoughts about me. Like, when I got broken up with, bro, I was so sad. I was like, bro, I'm never going to be a good husband. I'm never going to be a good boyfriend. And so, like, that's what I was believing every day. But, like, those thoughts right there was leading me down to, like, wanting to commit suicide. Because that was, like, my ultimate goal. It's like, I wanted to be a good husband and a good father. But when someone tells you, like, oh, you're never going to be that, or, you're stuck at this and you suck at that, it's like, oh, man, that's what I am.
Yeah.
So.
But it's, like, okay to have those times where you're just, it's that sad, you know? Yeah. But it's, like, it depends on how long you stay in that mindset, in that headspace. Because it's like, there's that time and place. Yes, be sad, feel all the feelings, but also, like, that doesn't define your life, who you are, you know?
I think it really matters too about who you surround yourself around too.
Oh, for sure.
That matters big time.
For sure.
Because even when I was younger and I was thinking those negative thoughts, I had this one lady. Her name was Lala. She was my youth leader, and she was like my spiritual mother. I would love being around her because she would always like wake me up in the morning with like a Bible verse like written out on a piece of paper and tell me like this is what God is wanting you to live out today. So I was surrounding myself around her for years, and she let me live with her for a while. But for sure, she was a big part of my life too. That got me out of that really dark time.
Just like kept you going.
Yeah, and my coaches. There was one teacher too. All my teachers hated me.
Except for that one
Except
teacher.
for that one teacher. Shout out
cool
Miss
one.
Bird. Shout out Miss Bird.
Miss Bird?
Miss Bird.
Bird.
Shout out Miss Bird. She would always believe in me. Like I was always late to school. Like 6th grade. Okay, so I'm gonna go off topic a little bit.
Go for it.
So like 6th grade, when my mom passed away, all my teachers hated me because my dad would always drop me off at school late. So it'd be like probably like 9 o'clock. He would drop me off every day. And so when I would come up to school, my first period or my second period teacher, by then it was like 9, would hang out with all the teachers. Like all the teachers would have like lunch together. And so I know this for a fact that when teachers get together, they talk smack about students.
They do.
And so I was one of the kids that they would talk smack about. So my teachers would literally like hate me because of like me never showing up on time or like always talking in class, like being loud. And so they hated me. And yeah, they hated me. But when I got into high school, like there was one teacher that liked me, and she knew what I was walking into because I was in leadership class even in middle school. So the leadership teacher from middle school, like I told her who I was about, and then like that's my freshman year. I was a vice president for freshman class, and so she was like, "Are you ready for this position? Because I heard a lot about you." But like when she
talk,
and she heard a lot about me, but like she still believed in me, and she knew that I had leadership role inside of my heart, and like I actually cared about being a leader. And so since I was a freshman, she took me under her arms and was like, "All right, let's go."
Yeah.
So
how do you stay disciplined and like have a routine? Because you're very like go on the grind all the time.
My dreams are not set. They're not here yet.
Yeah.
So
no one's gonna do the work for you.
That's the thing I get scared though. It's like if I get to my dream, and am I gonna want more, or am I gonna?
You are.
That's the thing I'm scared about.
We're human beings. We're never satisfied.
Because I think I already got through the first phase of like where I'm trying to be at, and it was like mentally preparing myself. Like that's very very important with like what I want to do, because it's like if I want to take on a leadership role as a businessman, as a like family man, and like as a leader in a church, like you have to be able to like know that you're gonna carry all this weight and like keep yourself solid.
Yeah.
At all times. So I think I got through the first phase as far as knowing who I wanted to be and who I am, and like in God. So.
And now it's the next step.
Which I think the next step is gonna be sick. Next step in Phoenix is gonna be everything that God has laid out.
And then we're gonna go to a concert. Yeah.
I actually want to like go to like a skyscraper. And like they have these big restaurant or these nice restaurants in these skyscrapers where you look over the city. I want to go and try that. That's gonna be fire. But I think the dinners are like $70, $80 a plate.
Gosh.
But
crazy.
That's a haircut up there in Phoenix.
You can give yourself a haircut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, let's go before the concert.
Just spoil you for the week.
Yeah. Okay, next. What is a characteristic that you have seen yourself grow in that you think others should grow into?
I think I'm pretty consistent.
Consistency?
Yeah, like you were talking about, it's consistent. Maybe not on my timing, but
yeah, he was late.
Yeah, but I'm pretty consistent in other stuff, like I don't know. If you need me there,
your work,
I'll be there.
You're consistent in your work.
My work.
If you weren't consistent, you would be nowhere.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think something else too is like I think something that I feel like really proud of is like I've noticed that I've been a pretty good friend. I think that matters.
Yeah. That's funny you say that.
Yeah.
Because the next question is, what do you value in friendships?
Being genuine. I don't like you if you're not genuine, and you'll know I don't like you.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever talked about behind my back? Ever?
Yeah.
Be honest. You guys have talked smack about me?
I've talked behind your back, but things that I will tell you. But it's like to Emma, I'll be like, I know he likes.
Look, I did tell you that I was interested, but I don't know if I like because liked is a big word.
No,
but I was interested. Huh?
Love is a big word.
But liked is a big word too. I think if you were to talk to another guy, I think you would just be straight up rude to them. You come off like that. Like you.
If a guy tells me that he likes me, I'd be like, oh, thank you. And like if he tries to pursue, I'd be like I wouldn't know how to go about it.
I don't think you're humble.
I am humble. Are you kidding?
No, you're not. Humble people don't say I am humble.
Okay, are you humble?
I don't know.
No, you're not humble. What's your opinion?
Do you think I like you?
Is this gonna be on the podcast?
I don't know. Hey, did you ever like me?
I considered things. Obviously, yeah.
Because I knew you guys would talk about this. Because then they would blurt out little things like, "Oh, 6 more months," and then you would laugh. So I knew you guys were talking about it.
6 more months?
Oh, she never knew what that meant.
Oh, she never did?
What does that mean?
We kept on saying give it 6 more months until you guys got together.
Yeah. Because they thought we were going to get together.
No way! I did not know that. You guys were betting on us?
No
betting.
Yeah? No finances, but it's like, I bet they're going to get together in 6 months.
But we're like, give it 6 months.
Do you feel like me and Allie would be a good fit? I don't think we would. I think we'd clash.
I think we'd fight too much. What's your opinion on setting boundaries with people?
My opinion?
And like how do you set a boundary without hurting their feelings?
Mm.
You know, because like people need to respect like your time, your effort. Like, how do you like not to get taken advantage of or like set boundaries?
I mean, the guys can testify this for me, but like I'll be straight up with them. Yeah. Like if I don't like something, I'll straight up tell them like, dude, don't do that, or don't do this, or I don't like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, if they told me the same thing, I would respect it. You know, it's not like I'm never gonna not like something that they do, or I'm telling them to like change who they are as a person. It's just like when they're around me, like don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
And like I said, like friendships, it's all about sacrificing. So it's like if you want a relationship to work, you have to be able to sacrifice some things.
Yeah.
To make it work if you really do care about it. So I mean, if you came up to me and were like, Alex, I really don't like the way that you flirt with me, I'll be like, okay, my bad, and I'll change the way that I talk to you. But yeah, I would say just set up boundaries like that. Just be straight up. I don't really beat around the bush. Just get it done and over with.
Yeah, that's good. Where do you see yourself in 5 years and 10 years?
With the family. I want to be married.
In 5 years or in 10 years?
5, like less than 5 years. So either by 25 or 27, I want to be married, at least with one kid. 27, at least with one kid. I'm not trying
Serious
to be an
question.
Old man. What?
Are you
going
to have a sugar mama?
No, sugar mamas are too much work.
What?
Yeah.
They're the ones doing all the work, though.
Yeah, but they expect you to still like give a lot back.
Yeah, true.
I've had one before.
What would you tell your younger self?
Don't care about what people say about you. Don't
My
care
God,
about what people say about you. Please.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to worry so much about like what my leaders thought about me, and that's where I would confuse myself.
Yeah.
And that's if I would have just like been comfortable with who I was as a kid, as a person, like I would have saved myself so much time. But like I was a trend follower before. Like whatever was a trend, I'd follow it. Whatever people were doing, I'd follow it. But like once I got out of that, I just felt way better.
If you think about how much you care about other people's life, like you don't. So it's like, why do you think that people care so much about your life, you know?
Well, the thing that was crazy was like, I think I was on a trip in Portland or something like that. I was in a city, and there was this dude that was literally like a homeless dude just doing his own thing, and people were just walking past him. And like that's when I had like I remember this day. I was like, bro, nobody's paying attention to that dude.
Yeah.
And if they are, they just glance at him and keep moving on. But it's not like they're gonna remember who he is. Yeah. And so like I literally remember being there, and I was just like, bro, like no matter what I do, like people are not really gonna care about like who I was. Yeah. They're gonna remember my face.
And then imagine you being an old an old man and be like, wow, I should have done that. I
Exactly.
You know,
that's my biggest fear. It's
Yeah.
like getting old and be like, man, no, I'm gonna have hair. My dad has a lot of hair, so I'm gonna be good. But like, that's my biggest fear. Isn't like being like 70 years old. And it's like, man, I wish I would have done that, or I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have stopped caring about this.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just like, whatever opportunities, I'm just going. If I need to do something, just do it. If I want to do it. If I don't do it.
Yeah. No, that's good. Don't care about what people think.
Don't care about what people think.
What's your favorite verse?
Put this right here. Don't care about what people think. St. Blends.
St. Blends. Period. Yeah. You guys got it.
Caption this. Don't care about what people think. The
letters up right now.
Make a t-shirt. Yeah, make a t-shirt.
Okay.
And a hat that says don't care about what people think.
Okay.
And then change your whole podcast to don't care about what people think.
Oh, like the name?
Yeah.
Or should I title this "Don't Care About What People Think"?
Yeah, don't care about what people think.
That's good. That's good.
I feel like it's been more of a serious conversation and less like laughter.
Okay, well,
people are gonna be like, "Dang, bro, my life."
Okay, well, bring laugh to it. My favorite question. I mean, not my favorite question.
We got all the
my
questions?
last question, anyways, was favorite verse. Okay, so.
Was what?
What's your favorite verse?
In the Bible?
Mm-hmm.
Right here.
I can't see which one it is.
Read it out for the people.
Isaiah 23:4.
Oh, we just had Maggie puke.
Even though I walked through the valley. My cousin sent me this one. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalm. I said Isaiah. Guys, Psalm 23:4. That's good.
That's my favorite Bible verse.
That's good.
Because this right here is like my life. This is what my life represents.
Your tattoo?
Yeah. It's a story. I'm still not even done with it, but it's
a lot
story.
Of guys do stories because recently I asked one of my friends what his meant, and it was like a story of like walking up like to the cross, or it like had a light shining and then clouds.
So this right here means like getting beat up by life's tragedies. And so I still gotta put like, I'm still gonna put like angels fighting against each other around it. And so like you can see the arrows inside of the angel that you got hit with. So it's just getting hit with life's tragedies, and this represents my mom and like how she inspired me. And then the Bible verse that got me through life pretty much without even knowing that it was like how I walked through life.
Yeah.
It's like I was nothing.
You're
nothing will stop me. So
that's good.
Still gotta finish the whole thing. But
I can't believe Maggie threw up.
Maggie threw up.
Maggie threw up, guys.